Hi, I'm Jenny,
And I'm Denny from Bass and Treble.
and we are here with a longer edition, you can say, of DJ Shots, where we are going to go in depth into answering your questions on how to find the best system for yourself. So, Denny, diving straight in, uh, what do you think is the most important thing to keep in mind when I'm stepping out to buy my hi fi or home theater system?
Well, the most important thing I would say is to figure out whether you spend more time listening to music or you spend more time watching movies. If you're more into listening music, then I would say a stereo system is the best way to go. And if you are more into watching movies, then I would say a home theater system is the best way to go. So, more important, what is your usage?
Okay, so if I'm a music listener, then stereo, movies, then home theater system. Uh, what if I do both 50-50?
So ideally, I would say you should go for a stereo system separate and a home theater separate.
Ideal world, yes.
Yes, but most of the time you don't have the budget to do both the system, or let's say more than budget, it's the space. That is a restriction for most of us to have two systems in one space. Then I would say a home theater system with a very good AV receiver, which kind of does your upsampling very well, has a very good DAC, and a pair of good tower speakers or a bookshelf speaker is the right way to go about it.
So, say I have decided that what I need is a hi fi or a theater system. What next? Now that I know what I want, what do I do next?
So depends which city you are in. So once you know where exactly you are, and you kind of identify the dealers around you. A lot of information is available online, and you can probably visit them, see the brands they are doing, listen to different systems, and definitely listening to the systems makes a huge difference. You get to know what you're liking and what you're not liking about a certain brand or a product. So yeah, that's the right approach. Visiting your nearest dealer is the best approach.
अच्छा ऐसा भी होता है that I read up about all these fantastic brands online first before I go to a store, and then when I go out there looking for them, I don't find a lot of them. I find a few of them. I don't find mostly all of them.
So India is a very growing market for cinemas, and if let's assume there are 100 brands in the market, it's very difficult to have the entire 100 brands in the same country at the same time. So आज की डेट में जो डीलर्स भी हैं, जैसे एक बायर होमवर्क करता है ऐसे एक डीलर भी होमवर्क करता है. व्हाट इज द बेस्ट सूटेड ब्रांड फॉर हिज प्लेस, फॉर हिज स्टोर, what is the best suited brand that can fit well in the Indian market. So, out of that 100 brands, whatever 50 brands that are available, you can be assured that they are one of the best also. They are in the top 50. So, no one wants to sell a second best brand or a second best product. Everybody wants to sell the best product or the brand in a certain category. So dealers ने भी बहुत अच्छा homework किया हुआ आज के time में, and no brand is manufacturing a bad product. No dealer wants to sell a bad product. So whatever everybody is selling is a great product, great brand. Second, and then it also depends what the salesman skill is for a dealer. So whatever he convinces you to buy for, you go for it.
अभी ऐसा है मैंने ये सब सिस्टम सुना पर मुझे जो पसंद आ रहा है दैट इज़ अ वेरी बिग स्पीकर कंपेयर्ड टू द रूम वेर आई नीड टू पुट इट इज़ वेरी स्मॉल सो डू यू थिंक लाइक अ बिग स्पीकर इन अ स्मॉल रूम वुड बी एन ओवरकिल
Yes, for sure. It's very difficult to drive a big speaker because a big speaker will push a lot of energy in the room. So you have to make sure there is, enough absorption, diffusion in that room according to the speaker. So it becomes very difficult, and this is where you need a consultant who can step in and kind of guide you how to go about it. And so I would say the best way to go about it is that you buy the right speaker for that room, the right size of speaker which fits in well, plays well, so that your challenges are as minimalistic as possible and you have a great experience. But nevertheless, if you think you're going to move to a bigger room, you can definitely go for a bigger speaker, get it started, get the room slightly tuned for now, and whenever you have your bigger den or bigger space, move your bigger speakers to the bigger room.
why can't I get a home demo of all the systems before I buy it?
Well, the biggest challenge in India is that, you know, transporting these equipments to your place. You know, in India, a dealer is investing in a demo stock, which he has to pay from his pocket and he gets it on demo to his place. Now, while transportation, the biggest problem is, things get damaged and there is no promise from a client's end that whether he's going to buy it or not. And if the damage happens, the dealer is the guy who is going to bear the damage. So it is not a very conducive environment where, and it's not necessary the content that you have at your place and the room is perfect or not. So there is a possibility a good system can also sound bad. And second, carrying all these logistical challenges, it's big. So it becomes very difficult. That's why, every dealer has a nice experience center. They have designed, they have invested time, they have made the demo rooms so nice so that, anybody who walks into the place has a great experience.
अच्छा, अब बात करते हैं बजट की। तो ऐसे होता है यूजुअली कि लोग यहाँ पे आते हैं विद अ सर्टेन बजट इन माइंड, एंड अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम्स दे एंड अप लाइकिंग समथिंग दैट इज़ वे, twice or sometimes even 5 times more the price than what they originally had in mind. So what's your advice in such scenarios?
That's a very human thing. We always tend to overspend from our budget at whatever we allocated, whether it is a car or a system or a phone. You always want to go for the next level. So if the budget is limiting you to go for a certain system, then I would say break the system in three parts. It's a system that you're building for yourself. It's an investment in the end of the day. And you're going to keep it for a longer time with you, would want to keep it for a longer time. So I would say in the first stage, just go with a pair of speaker and a good amplifier to begin with. That kind of gets you started with your cinema in a two-channel experience. In the second step, you can add your subwoofers. In the third step, you can add your center speaker and the two surround speakers. Fourth step, you can take it to the Dolby Atmos level as well. This way it gives you the flexibility of investing. आप अपने पॉकेट को ईजी कर सकते हो. इट्स नॉट हैवी ऑन टू योर पॉकेट. सो यू नो एंड आपको होमवर्क करने के लिए ज़्यादा टाइम भी मिलता है और अच्छा सबवूफर क्या लेना चाहते हो और आइडियाज़ पॉप इन होते हैं. सो यू एंड अप बिल्डिंग अ ग्रेट सिस्टम. ब्रेक कर सकते हो, नॉट नेसेसरली 5 लाख, बट हाँ आपने 3 लाख का सिस्टम लिया या 4 लाख का सिस्टम लिया फ्रॉम अ 1 लाख रुपी सिस्टम, यू गेट दैट फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी.
When we go to buy a car, as you go up and up in the model, there are these bells and whistles that get added for the more expensive models. Systems में तो ऐसा कुछ नज़र नहीं आता है. So why, what's the difference that when you go higher in the amount you're spending, what difference does it make to the system?
सो जब आप एक पर्टिकुलर बजट से नेक्स्ट लेवल सिस्टम पे जाते हो, एवरीथिंग चेंजेस. The amp looks the same, but the components inside the amplifier, like the digital to analog converter, the power supply, the number of channels, those things keep on increasing and starts getting better also. So it's more higher grade of DAC, it's more higher grade of DSP processing, which kind of enhances the overall experience. It's the same with speakers. From one model to the other model, there is a difference in the tweeter, there is a difference in the woofer, there is a difference in the mid frequency driver. So everything is enhancing. So what you're getting all in all is a more detailed system, which has more information to offer. It's more involving. The low frequencies are much tighter. So ऐसा नहीं है कि पैसे ज़्यादा लगाने से अच्छा सिस्टम नहीं आता है. जितना बढ़िया सिस्टम होगा उतना आपका सिनेमा एक्सपीरियंस बेटर होगा. आप प्रोजेक्टर एक लेवल से दूसरे लेवल पे जाओगे, वीडियो प्रोसेसिंग बेटर होगा, आपका वीडियो एक्सपीरियंस और बेटर हो जाएगा. आप एक स्टीरियो सिस्टम लोगे, उसमें एक एम्प से दूसरे एम्प जाओगे और पावरफुल एम्प लोगे, स्पीकर को ज़्यादा अच्छी तरह ड्राइव करेगा. So, the dynamics of your system starts getting better and better. Maybe the volume would be the same, but what improves is the detail and the dynamics.
Why are these AV equipments more expensive in India than outside?
In India, there are certain components that gets added on while you import a product, like speakers, amplifiers. They fall in the luxury category. So the import duties are as high as 20%. The shipping charges are 3 times nowadays, and then there is Indian GST that gets added on 18%. So all in all, there is any day a a price increase of let's say 30 to 40% depending on the brand and the product, depending on the product specifically, whether it is a subwoofer or an amplifier or a speaker. So these are something that gets as an additional component gets added on to the import price. So that is why there is a cost difference, and it's not with speakers or amplifiers. It's with your Apple phones, any imported car you have. So every imported product is more expensive from its origin country.
Okay. Now I'm coming to the last and final question. What is your one advice to a person who is thoroughly confused after reading all the online reviews and after even looking and listening to all the systems that's available around them, and who is confused even after watching this video? What's that one simple advice to those people?
Well, my one simple advice would be, first go for the system that you really liked, which really gave you that wow feeling. One is that. Second best advice I would say is if you the dealer you can trust, the most comfortable dealer you have been with, someone who has educated well, someone who is really willing to help you out, give you a great cinema experience. So if you have that comfort level with a dealer, trust the dealer and just go with it.
मतलब
That's
सिस्टम ही नहीं, बंदा भी अच्छा हो जिससे ले रहे
bilkul.
हैं. So with that we come to a close of this. If you want to hear more such videos in the future, please do follow and subscribe this to this channel. And if you have any questions that we've not answered in this, please write those in the comments and we'll make sure that we answer each one of them. See you.